Hi, I'm so excited today. So Max Trauner is, I'm going to quickly get a little note up about him. Um, Yay. Okay. I know that my screen is shaking right now because I'm pinning a comment and then I'm going to get Max on here. Okay. I think this will do. Okay. All right. So Max is coming on. Hello. I was wondering if you would be coming on like in full gear or totally natural. Wait, I can't hear you.
My AirPods are broken, so half the time they work
Okay.
and half the time they don't work. But yeah, so I was like, why not do something fun? So yeah.
Okay, so how I know that in your videos, which I love, you speed up your makeup ritual. How long does it actually take you?
Um, so it to like film one, it probably takes about like an hour and a half. And then editing can take between like an hour and like 2 hours, sometimes three. It depends if I'm multitasking, like watching TV at the same time. Um, but yeah, like it really varies on how well I filmed, like if how many clips I had to take and how many times I had to redo something. So it kind of varies, but around like in total, probably 2 hours to like 4 hours in total from
Okay,
film
to do
editing.
the thing. The makeup itself, just like an hour, or how long did the makeup take today?
Today it took like 45 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm just so proud of you. You're just so
Thank-
amazing. I'm so happy your mom is on.
Oh, is she
Um,
watching?
Can we start by talking about your mom? Because your mom inspires me. Like, I've talked to her about like taxes, starting businesses. Like, how has she helped you as someone who started businesses herself?
So she's just been really supportive. She helped me a lot figuring out like all the legal stuff, and she's just been like really supportive and just like helped me a lot. I mean, I've done most of this I think on my own, but she's been there to support me. Like she's helped me send out packages. She's helped me like with all of it, like reading over my website, making sure like I kind of have everything well put together. But she's just been really supportive. Like that's the main thing.
Okay, Max, I have an opinion. I have a question to ask you. Like, what do you think? Like, I guess my makeup style right now is quote unquote natural. What do you think when you see someone wearing natural makeup? Are you like, wow, I wish they had my colors on?
No,
I'm gonna add some colors.
I think if people wear like natural makeup, it's fine. Like I think it looks really good. I like that you're putting on makeup right now. Like I think it's fine. Like I think it looks cool. I always think it's really cool whenever I see people wear colors because I don't feel like you see that a lot in like real life out in person. But when I do, I really think it's like really cool. But I also think like natural makeup's fine. I just like for me, I like doing this kind.
I love this kind on you. One last thing on your mom. We might go back to her because she's just so
That's
amazing.
fine.
But do you give her advice on her makeup?
Yeah. So
What do
when
you
I was
tell her?
younger, when I was younger and I first started doing makeup, first I would like ask to do her makeup before events, and sometimes I would do like her eyeshadow and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I also give her like advice on kind of like what products she should use and kind of like skincare stuff. Like I mean, she has her skincare figured out. She has this whole crazy routine. But yeah, when it comes to like makeup, I've helped her out with like figuring out like I've introduced highlighter into her routine, and like I've helped recommend a bunch of products that she now uses.
Yay.
Yeah.
Um, okay, speaking of products, so I just ordered this. I got like Instagram baited and I ordered it and I actually really like it. It's like Thrive Cosmetics mascara.
Oh, I have a little
So
mini one.
then I was so excited because I saw you using one. So what do you think of this brand?
I don't know much about their, I know that with their brand, I think they donate a bunch of their proceeds
Yes.
to organizations. I don't remember exactly what, but I know they do. And I think that's really great because I don't think a lot of brands do that.
Yeah.
So it's really great to see that. And I also think that their product is really good. I have like the mini mascara and I like this one a lot. I use this
It's
one and
good.
the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. So I use these two like
Okay.
the most. This one is really like volumizing. This one also does that. This one's just like a bit more like thick, but I like to switch between these two.
Do you have so you have so many products and like I'm sure they've changed over the years,
Yeah.
right? Like do you have any products where you're like I'm embarrassed to have had used that at a certain point? Are you like, "Oh my god, I would never go back to it."
Yeah, so I don't know if I still have it, but one of them is the Clinique like acne removing foundation thingy. It
Yeah.
was like salicylic acid. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was like, this looks so good. But the other day I was like zooming with a friend and we were watching one of my old tutorials that I filmed that I never posted. I was like probably in like sixth or seventh grade, and it looked so bad. It was like kind of like cakey and it wasn't full coverage, and it was like kind of like cracky and like it was gathering up around my zits, and it just was not.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. I mean, I used to use a lot of eyebrow pencils. I still use those, but it used to be bad. Like if you go back to my old posts, like my eyebrows
Yeah.
used to go out to here. Um,
You have
like
such pretty eyebrows. So do you get them wax plucked? What do you do with them?
So I do it myself. I pluck them almost every single day
What?
because they're huge. Like
Yeah.
naturally they'll go down to like here, um, and naturally I'll have like a huge unibrow. So it's a process. And then because of that, I used to have huge like eyebrows when I did makeup. At one point, okay, this is embarrassing. My eyebrows were so big. I used eyeliner to do the ends of the eyebrows. Like
Right.
so
Just to
that
get
was
that narrow area. The thing I'm using for my eyebrows right now is like an eyeshadow stick. So I basically just like go right over it like I'm a cartoon character. I think that's like all I can handle is that kind of process. What is your favorite like aspect of your face to do when you're doing your makeup?
okay. I like that's hard. I love doing eyeshadow. I think that's the most fun part.
Yeah.
But I think I really like contouring, like bronzing and contouring the cheekbones is the most fun part. Or like not the most fun, but it's like one of them because you really get to see like the transformation, like the change. Because before it's all very flat and it's just like the foundation, and then after like bronzing and contouring, you start to actually see like some definition. So that part's fun because like it's the part where you see I think the most transformation.
Yeah. Those are the moments in your videos where I see your mom's beauty coming through. And okay, you know how you have the photo of your grandma in the front of your house?
Which one?
She's like coming off an airplane or something like super
Oh yes,
glam.
yes,
So do you look at that, like, do you feel like you've inherited your beauty from your mom's side or
yes.
your dad's side?
My mom's.
What?
On my mom's
Your
side.
dad's cute too, though. So what do you think you got from your dad? Like, what do you appreciate beauty-wise that you got from his side of the family? Or is it all mom?
From my dad, I got, I'm good at math.
You're gonna, you are. I know. I've been hearing how well you're doing in school, and I'm so excited for you.
Thanks, yeah. But I think beauty-wise, it's mostly all from my mom. I think appearance-wise, I got most of my mom's traits, and then my brother got most of my dad's.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Child.
My friend Rita says she's afraid of foundation. She goes, ask him to change my mind.
Okay. So I have friends who are also afraid of foundation because they just think it's so much. Like they're just like it's super like they think it looks cakey in real life or it looks like just like there's too much there.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think. So I think when it comes to foundation, I think an important thing is like to find the right one and the right products. So if you, for example, for me recently, I've started using like a skin oil. So I use the ordinary cold pressed rose hip seed oil. It gets rid of like acne scars and it's like, and it doesn't break me out. So I use that and then I'll use my moisturizer, which is the CeraVe Skin Renewing Night Cream. And then like on top, and you put foundation on top of it, it makes it far less cakey. You can apply way less because it can like blend over with the oils and the moisturizer. So it doesn't have to go on as thick because you don't need as much product because it can just blend with the oils. And it makes it look far more natural and far less cakey. So that's one thing to remember, I think is important. I think also using a product that doesn't have silicone because silicone will fill in your pores. So that will make it look more like there's makeup because it will like make it look more smooth. So if you want it to look more natural, I think you want to use something kind of more watery and that doesn't have like the silicone pore filling product.
Yeah. I mean, I love when you get like, I love seeing you do it because it's so good for skin evening.
Yeah.
You know, like you see, it's like all these different colors and then you've got this like amazing palette.
Yeah.
Where do you find your beauty products and like, what is your beauty budget? Like, are you like, Mom, I need like 10 different things. I want to try all of them. Like, and she's just like, yeah. Or do you guys like, do you use your own allowance for it? Like, how do you manage your beauty budget?
So my beauty budget comes from the company. So it's a business expense. So it
Nice.
kind of comes from that.
Oh,
So
that's so your mom. I
I
love
know,
it.
no, literally, yeah, I know.
Yes,
She's
yes.
like, Max, you have to remember, it's not only the palace you have to sell, but you have to remember to pay back all your shopping.
Yeah.
So there isn't as much of a budget, but it's more just because I'm gonna have to end up paying it back off.
Yeah.
But I think I haven't bought a lot of makeup recently because through like the past couple of years, I've really like gone through a bunch of products and tested out a bunch and figured out what I really like and what I really don't like.
Yeah.
So now it's like normally I'll go shop I think at either Sephora or Ulta, and I'll find my product or like an online retailer store, and I normally find my products from like beauty gurus. That's how I first started finding everything. So
Like,
like
who are your favorite beauty gurus?
so I really like Nikki Tutorials. I think she does a really good job. I've been watching her for years, like probably more than 5 years I've been watching her. So
Nice.
I like yes, I like her products a lot. And her like videos. I'm trying to think. I also like Tati. I like her. She does a lot of reviews of products. And there's this other beauty guru. I don't remember her name, but she talks a lot about her acne experience and like Accutane, which is what I'm on right now to get rid of my acne.
Yeah.
So I've been like watching her for like figuring out my skincare and like all of my like base products because she's experienced Accutane, so she knows like.
Yeah. Yeah. How are you liking Accutane?
It's life changing. It is like the best thing like I think I've ever done. It's like the best decision I've ever made. I don't really have any acne anymore. I still have scarring left over, like some red dots, but this oil has been helping a lot get rid of them and like helping reduce them. It's been life changing.
Yeah.
For a while, I was very scared of it because I had a friend who had it and her lips were bleeding and it was a mess. But for me, I didn't really experience any side effects. It was just like a great process.
Yeah. Okay, so walk us back to your like age 15. Like I kind of remember, so like disclaimer for anyone watching now or later, like I was a chef to their family, to the Troners. I love them. And basically I remember you sort of like coming into the kitchen. Like I don't think I saw your tutorials at that point, but I think you were starting to do makeup on Friends.
Yeah.
So tell us how this all started.
Like the whole makeup thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so actually makeup started a long time ago. So I think I was in 6th grade with one of my friends, and we had this thing where like I'd show her a YouTube video and she showed me one, and it was like this thing we did. And this was back when Frozen was like a really big thing.
Yes,
so
I love your Frozen tutorial. That's one of my favorites.
Thanks. Yeah, so then she like showed me a tutorial on someone turning themselves into Elsa. And it was like this, I think her name is Dope211, and she like totally transformed herself, and I was like, wow, this is the coolest thing ever. So like that's when I first sparked my interest, and then from there I like went into like a hole of watching all these videos and all like these tutorials, and like I was obsessed, and it was the only thing I could ever think about. And over time, like I think my brightness is I like just kept watching tutorials, and then I started practicing on babysitters. So I would use like their makeup or like their products on them and practice on them. And then at one point my mom let me practice on her, but that was like once, and it wasn't good. But like it used to be really bad when I did it. And then I moved on to doing my own makeup sometimes. I would do friends, but it's been like a long thing. Like I've been doing this for like probably more than like 6 years.
Wait, what happened when you practiced on your mom and it didn't go well?
So I tried to contour her nose with her brown eyeshadow that was like Bobbi Brown, and it was like a train wreck because it was
probably because she has like the perfect nose. So,
yeah,
like,
no, she has a great nose. And then
do?
I was using eyeshadow, not bronzer, and it was like some dark brown, like Bobbi Brown eyeshadow, and it was a train wreck.
Oh my God. Okay, so can we talk about contouring? Because I think like you do it really well. I mean, I just kind of stay out of the whole thing, but I'm interested. Like, what are the least, like, you've done a lot of experimenting. What are the products that we should buy or tools if we're going to hook ourselves up with little contouring?
Yeah, so with contouring, here, let me find my brushes. With contouring, I like to use 2 different brushes. I like to use I like to bronze and then contour, because bronzing is kind of like it helps kind of like blend the contour and helps like create more of a gradient. So here, let me find my bronzer brush or contour. But for contour, I like to use like this brush. So
where did you buy that?
I got this from Morphe. I think it was like $10, and it's fluffy, and then it's like has like a slanted edge, so it like fits into the hollows of the cheekbone well. So you can just go like that. And then for bronzer, I like to use like this brush, which is very similar, but it's not tapered. It's just like round and fluffy. And then I just like to use that to kind of apply the bronzer first.
Like a little denser than our standard blush brush.
Yeah, so they're denser than like a blush brush, but then they're like, this is I think the densest one because it's applying like the most the most like concentrated product, and then this one's more fluffy. But I like to use these 2 together.
And then the diagonal brush.
Yeah, then it just like fits into the cheekbone well.
Wait,
So
isn't there the one that is like totally thin and narrow and
yeah,
long?
I have that one somewhere. Oh, here we go. This one. I also like to use this one. I don't use this one as much anymore, but this one also is great because it also like fits into the hollows of the cheekbone, and then like blend it up. It will just like create that like contoured look.
Okay, so if you already feel like, I already feel like my face is like narrow and blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. I'm like, do we need, I mean, you inspire me because I'm like, you're so cute, but you contour to be even cuter. So like, if you already feel you're pretty cute, do you still need contouring because you want to be cuter?
No, you don't need it, but if you want it, you can totally use it. I always like to contour my nose because I feel like that just helps like make it like a little cuter and like more buttony. And then, and if you don't want to contour, you can always bronze to get like a similar effect where it's more like natural. So then it will just look like you're kind of more sculpted, but it doesn't really sculpt you more. It kind of just like enhances what's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what product I found really interesting is like the red, when you do like the really red.
Oh.
What's that? That's like a whole subculture, right? People love that thing.
Yeah, so I think now I use a different product, but it's like this bright orange color corrector from Dragon Beauty.
So is that like healthy? Like my question is like, is that like skin friendly, like in terms of like breakouts and stuff?
Yeah, this one is. This one's from like a beauty guru launched this one. The other one I used to use was from Maybelline, and I think that one wasn't always the best. I think it broke me out. But this one I like a lot. It's a color corrector, and it helps cancel out like any dark gray tones. So it's great for under the eye. So like you put a little bit underneath it, and then you'll put your concealer on top. It helps get rid of like that darkness, so your concealer can brighten without having to like fight like the kind of dark purple tones. And I also like to use it like where I get a 5 o'clock shadow.
Okay, cool. Right. I know. I love it. I saw you and somebody else using it, and I'm like, what is that thing? What do you do with your eyelashes? Do you do like a single strip, or do you do individuals, or what's?
So I have individuals, but they're too hard to use. I've tried. It's too difficult. So I just use a strip. I like the ones from Tati Lashes TL3. I like those ones a lot because they are like, they're fluffy and they're kind of wide. So it's like, it doesn't look like a little like haze. Like they're kind of thick, like they're in like little sections kind of. So you can see the lashes without it kind of like obscuring the eyeshadow.
Yeah. Okay, so you as a business owner, so like, first of all, so you are a junior in high school, right?
Yes.
Okay, so are you the only one in your class who has a business?
I'm not sure. I think so. There may be others, but I'm pretty sure for now, I think it's just me.
And are the teachers all aware of your business?
Yeah, most of them have figured it out. I think that like, because for like at the end of the semester, I like to give my teachers like a little thank you gift. So last semester I gave for the last couple of semesters, I've given them my eyeshadow palettes. So I think that like then they all kind of figured out, and I think like they just figured out, it's like they talk about it. So like yeah, they kind of all know about it.
I have both of your palettes because your mom gave me one of each. We were like,
which one do you not have? Because I'll send you the one you don't have, because there's 3 now.
Oh, there. Okay, so the one I don't have is the one in the front.
The flower towel?
Yeah, that one I don't have.
Okay, I can send you that one.
They're so fun. Okay, so first of all, can you show us your colors? Let's look at the newest one.
Okay, the newest one, yeah, this is I think one of my favorite ones, just because I like how it turned out a lot. So this is Sweater Weather.
I love that name so much.
I think it's like, I don't know, I just like
So
loved it a
cute.
lot. And then here are the colors.
I ended up using, like, I don't use any other colors except for your colors now. Like, they're the
thanks.
only things I have. I love how the pigment is so dense.
Yeah. So you get a lot of payoff and like color, so it doesn't look like it's like this weird like muddy thing. So like so yeah, and I kind of organized it where like the bottom ones were the really warm colors, so like the reds and like the dark brown, and then the middle row was kind of the more natural like neutral tones, and then the top was like the more fun like with like the green. So I kind of had each color kind of like, so you can kind of use each row on their own.
Yeah.
Kind of, and then you can also kind of do it like that.
Do you use these for other parts of the face? Like, do you use those colors for other, like for highlighter or anything else?
Sometimes I'll use Frosty as a highlighter.
Yeah.
But like most of the time I'll just use a different one, but I'll use this one sometimes if I really want like a boom.
Yeah. Okay, so when you look at like your beauty counter at home in your bathroom, are there like hundreds of products?
Well, I'm in my room right now, but yeah, there's a bunch. It's a problem. I have 2 shelves of eyeshadow palettes.
What were you liking before you created yours? Were you like, this is amazing, but it's not what I want, so I need to create something?
Yeah, I can actually grab some, but I liked the, I'll grab a couple. I like the Juvia's Place ones a lot. I'll just grab a couple ones that I liked. So here goes.
Ask questions. This is such a cool thing.
Let me grab a little more.
Tal, who's a filmmaker in LA, wants to know, what do you think of microblading?
I think it's super cool. I mean, my eyebrows are super thick, so I don't need it. But I love watching those videos on Instagram where you see them like get the microblading done. I think it looks super cool. And I think it's like a great option if you just want to like wake up and have your eyebrows already perfect. So here are some palette examples of palettes that I really like. So that kind of inspired me. So one of them is the Morphe 35O. I liked this because it had a bunch of like neutrals. But my big problem with it was that it was too repetitive. Like there's too many colors that are like the same. Like you have like 4 like of pretty much the same color. You have like a bunch of like the same browns. So it was huge and it just wasn't really travel friendly and it was too repetitive. But I liked the colors. Another one that I really liked was this Juvia's Place one, the Masquerade palette. But my problem with it was that there were too many shimmers. So like pretty much all the fun colors were shimmery. And then it's hard to use like a shimmer for like a whole look. Like I like to do like the colorful creases and stuff. So like I love this color scheme, but it had too many like shimmers and like only 4 mattes. So like it wasn't that versatile. Then I liked this color dream palette, which had like just a bunch of colors. There wasn't really anything wrong with it. It had a bunch of colors. It was still slightly repetitive. Like you got 4 blues and 4 purples.
Where's this one from?
This one's from Colored Rain.
Okay.
Yeah, and then another one that I like, here, let me grab it, is the Jawbreaker palette. But I felt like the color scheme is too like jumbled. Yeah. Like it's just slightly too jumbled and kind of like, so I don't know where to go. I'm like, so it's not like laid out. So that for like my sweater weather, for example, I made it so that it was organized kind of by colors and color looks. So kind of each column and each row could be its own look. So you could have like that or like that.
Oh, cool. So, I hadn't thought about that. Someone wants to know, have you tried Jeffree Star's new palette?
Which one? He has the cremated palette. I've not tried that one because it's like all black and whites, and I was just like, I like to do color.
Yeah.
But I do have some of his palettes. Like I have the Jawbreaker. I don't have like the big chunky ones like the Blue Blood or the Blood Sugar or the like, I think it was like the Royal Blood or something, because they were just too big and clunky, and I wanted it to be like, I like more sleek packaging, so it's easy to store and travel with. But I do like his formula a lot.
Where do you get your beauty news, Max? Like, how did you know that Jeffree Star has had a new palette?
Well, it was on my YouTube recommended, and I just follow him on Instagram. But I also watch a YouTube channel called Beauty News, and like they do like a weekly thing on all the new makeup releases, and they can kind of give their opinion on it. So I think that's really interesting. I like to watch that to kind of get like many news of what's being released and what's trendy, so I kind of have an idea of what I should work on.
I loved that Tatcha commented on your post and was like, this is always fun to watch. So like, obviously they're watching you. Before I ask specifically about Tatcha, I want to ask you about brands. Like, do brands approach you for you to like consult on their products or to partner with them?
Not really. I've gotten sent products from a few brands, but not really. I don't think I have enough followers for them to start like really doing big partnerships, but I have gotten sent like some free products, so that's kind of fun.
If you were to do partnerships, who would you want to do them with?
Okay, that's hard. I think I'd probably want to do it with, I like ColourPop a lot, so I think that could be kind of fun because they're in LA and they're super easy and they're pretty affordable, so I think a lot of people could use the products if I collaborated with them and it's good quality. Or I would do it with Morphe because they are just a big brand, and I would want to do like brushes or something because I think that'd be really fun. Or if it was for skin, I'd want to do it with like Fenty Beauty, which is Rihanna's brand, because I think they do a great job with their skin products.
What do you like of Fenty Beauty's? Like, what product is amazing?
So before I went on Accutane, I loved their foundation. It was the, I think it was the Pro Filter foundation, but I loved that one a lot because it was mattifying and it looked like skin. So now that I'm on Accutane, my skin's too dry for me to use that, but I loved that product a bunch.
Ooh, fun.
And I like their powders. Their powder I use like all the time.
So how are you thinking about like college and like what you would get out of, like, how are you thinking about business and career right now?
Yeah, so I mean, right now with school, it's hard to balance both.
Yeah.
But I think this whole stay-at-home orders helped like giving me more time to really work on like my brand and my makeup account, because there was like some periods of like 3 months where I didn't post because I was just too busy with school and like college stuff.
Yeah.
But I think with college, like I'm gonna be able to. I think I'm gonna work on being able to balance both because I think that will be easier to do in college because I'll have more control over my schedule. Because in high school you kind of have like this like 5-6 hour day like constantly. Where in college you can choose when you have your classes, like kind of how it's laid out. So I think then it'll be way easier to kind of balance both.
Ah, love. Okay, but are you thinking of like studying business or like do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Because I think that will
What?
help me a lot with my brand and also just like understanding the whole industry a lot better. And I think it's also just like important to learn about in life because it's just always important to like understand kind of how businesses work and know how to best like utilize it.
Autumn asked, what eyelash brand do you recommend? So we talked a little bit about eyelashes, but maybe you can do a little more comprehensive with eyelashes.
Yeah. So my favorite eyelash brand, I mean, I'm using steroids right now, is Ardell Lashes. I like them a lot because they're high quality. Their shipping is like 2 days, so it's really quick shipping, and they work really well. You can use them a lot of times. So you can use lashes over and over and over. And I think it's $10 for lashes, which is really rare to see because like I think in Walgreens you'll see lashes that are also $10, but the quality is like far less, and they're like not as dramatic lashes, and they're kind of like
Yeah,
fake
maybe I need to upgrade. So I do these individuals, and they're Ardell, and I get
I think I
only
have it.
the short ones because I like more of like I have just a single one on each side.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like it to be super, super natural to the point where you don't even look like you have fake eyelashes. But I'm gonna buy some Tati and just see how they feel because I like
They're fun.
that they're soft and full.
Yeah, they're super fun. My favorite style is TL3. That's my favorite one. And the Tati lashes are a great like dupe or like replacement for the Lily Lashes Miami, which are like $30 for a single pair of eyelashes. So like these ones are great when it comes to pricing and like, yeah.
Amazing. How does makeup like influence your mood? And like how does like, let's say like you are not feeling great, you're feeling bummed out. Like, is that a day to do makeup or not do makeup? How does it relate to mood?
I think it really depends. Like, I think if I'm really tired, I'm not going to do makeup just because it's like something where I really want to like give it my all. But I think if I'm kind of like in a bad mood or like life is kind of annoying, I'll do a makeup look and then I feel like a lot better because it's something fun. It's like a great way to like, I feel like when I have makeup on, it's like this whole transformation. So I feel like a different person kind of. And it's like putting on like, I mean, it's not putting on like a mask to like conceal anything, but it's more just like putting on like this like boom. And also it's just, so like if I do that and so it's fun, it's like this great like kind of like makeup, like I get all made up and it's.
Yeah. Do you ever see yourself doing other people's makeup? I know that you sort of started out doing that.
Sometimes I'll do my friends' makeup for like school dances, but like they want it really natural. I think I'll probably just stick to doing my own because I know my own face, and it's sometimes stressful to do other people's faces because like you don't exactly know all their features, and you're like, so it's harder to do, but it's still fun. Like I've done my mom's makeup once, like and it like recently, and it was really fun and really cool. But I think I'm gonna stick to mainly doing my own unless it's like I wouldn't have like clients and stuff. It would more just be like if I want to do like someone's makeup, I'll do it. But like,
do you have certain rules or like when you see someone with blue eyes, you're like, oh my God, I really want to put this color on. Brown eyes look amazing with these colors.
Not really, but I do think that like, for example, like peachy tones and like oranges pair really well with blue eyes. I think greens pair really well with like brown eyes and green eyes. And then I think like peaches also go great with like green eyes. So, I mean, there's colors that I think like, oh, I think that color will look really great on your eyes.
Yeah.
But I like to use any colors.
Yeah. And then how important is Instagram to you and your brand, and like what other platforms are important for you?
Yeah, so I mean, it's been hard to manage it recently, but I'm planning on like making a big like comeback over the summer with my brand and like product stuff and and like Instagram. But Instagram's been really important, I think, with my brand. It's how I've done most of my marketing, even though I haven't posted on it in a while. But it's how I do most of my marketing, and it's how I work with like influencers and have them. So like, and I'll send them products, and that's how I find people who like send products too. So like they'll talk about it, and or that's how I got like my swatches on my website. Like there's somebody you find over Instagram. And through that, I was able to get like the product photos on my website and all those. So yeah, like I think Instagram's played a really big role. I also use YouTube sometimes, like not from my brand, but influencers who like I send product to sometimes to talk about on YouTube, which is really helpful. But it's mainly just like Instagram marketing.
Yeah. Very cool. Do students in your class use your palettes?
Um, I don't know. I know some people in my class have ordered it because you can kind of see the names of people.
Yeah.
But I think my friends will sometimes use it, but like they don't wear a lot of makeup, which like I mean that's up to them. But like I don't know. I'm like I love makeup,
Yeah.
so. But I don't know. I think maybe I don't know if teachers do because I've given them some of my palettes,
Yeah.
but I have no clue.
And then in terms of skincare, do you like get facials? Like, have you really like deeply tried a certain line? Before you decided to go like internally. Um,
I tried a bunch of different things, like a bunch of different toners, a bunch of different moisturizers. I know that for a while I used the Tarte toner. I forgot what it was called, but it was like super tingly. I've used Tatcha for a while. I don't use them anymore right now though because I'm on Accutane. I use different products that I can tell you about in a second. But I think I went through like a wide like range. I used to use Regan Fields. That's what my brother's using. My mom loves them. But like all and they worked pretty well. But like nothing I did really worked like was able to get rid of my acne
yeah.
and like even if it did like kind of help it, I knew that if I stopped using that product, it would come back. So I also used
Yeah.
Curology, like the custom skincare thing. Um, I just use like
Did you like that, Max? Did you like Curology?
yeah, I think it works pretty well, but because of me, like because my skin was just so bad, I went through the products really quickly just because I used so much of it and I have a really big face. And I think it did work, but like it didn't work like it didn't do enough. And then that was kind of the point where I was like, well, even if this custom skincare thing isn't doing what I need it to do, and
Yeah.
so many other people have done it, that I was like, I'll just
Yeah.
go thing.
How do you use TikTok if you use it at all for makeup?
Okay, so I don't use it for makeup, but I use TikTok a lot, and I'm really obsessed with it. I had like a couple of videos get like, I have one video with like 200,000 views. It's just like it's a really stupid video of me just making faces, but yeah. So I mean, I love TikTok, but I don't really utilize it for makeup, which I probably should because a bunch of people I see on TikTok like market their brands on there, which is
Yeah.
really smart. I need to work on doing that, but I haven't done that yet, but I probably should.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so my friend Lucas just joined, who's this amazing photographer. So maybe it's a good chance to ask you about like photography. Like if you had anybody sort of capture you in your moment here as a young entrepreneur, have you gotten any invitations to be in like magazines, editorial spaces, that kind of stuff?
I think there's one magazine that my mom's friends with like somebody who's like the editor, and they will do something on me at some point. They're planning on doing, but like not anytime soon. I think once my brand gets slightly bigger and once they get a slightly bigger following, they'll do some article on me.
Yeah.
But so like that's something that's gonna happen in the future.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, not really.
And then have you enjoyed living in San Francisco through this journey? Do you feel like the city has been a good
Mhm.
place to do this?
Yeah, because I think people are really open and accepting. So like all my friends were like, "Oh, that's cool." Like everyone just thought it was really cool. Like I don't think I've had any negative responses, and everyone's just been like, it's always been like a positive. Like if anything, it's always added like to it. Like and I think after I told my friends about makeup, like we got a lot closer. So
Yeah.
I think that San Francisco has been like a really great place for me to do this. Um, yeah, and especially since like there's so much makeup stuff that also happens here. I mean, most of it's in LA, but there's
Yeah.
like benefits like located here. So there's like just a lot of like makeup going on here too.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know Benefit. Benefit, the company is based in San Francisco?
Yeah, yeah.
Fun. Um, have you had people like from like young people from around the country comment and be like, I'm so inspired by you.
Yeah.
I admire you. Is that a pretty cool experience?
Yeah, I think it's really cool and it's really like makes you feel good and it's like, oh, so I'm actually like making a difference in people's life, which is crazy because it's not like I have like a crazy Instagram following, but like just seeing that like you have an impact, it's like really meaningful and I think it's like it just makes me feel really good.
Yay. What have been like the hardest challenges in the last like couple years?
I think managing my time has probably been like the biggest one. I think that one's just been really hard because it's like there's school, there's colleges, like then I'm trying to manage this and then my company's like and
Yeah.
then also socializing because I am always socializing. So
Yeah.
I mean, not now because we're kind of stuck at home. But so I think that's probably been my biggest challenge. I think another one is sometimes staying inspired because I know over the summer I kept on trying to pump out content, and after a while it got kind of draining. I mean, now I'm like really back into it because I haven't done it in a while. And it's like really exciting again. But
Yeah.
I'm just making sure that like I don't overdo it
Yeah.
and like remain to stay inspired and I do it because I want to and not because I feel like I need to.
What kinds of things inspire you?
I don't know, like when I see like a makeup tutorial online or like I see product releases, like whenever I see their makeup, that always inspires me. Or when I just like see like a tutorial and then like that really inspires me to do it because I'm like, oh, like I remember how fun it is just through seeing them do it. So
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what.
What do you think of that word extra? Like I interviewed a woman yesterday who wrote a book about like the art of being and she called it extra. I mean, is that a word that resonates with you or that you hear?
Yeah, I think it's fun to be extra because it's just like, it's like, I don't know, like when I think of extra, I just think of like a lot of sparkles and just like being like all out there and stuff. And I think extra is a lot of fun. I like to be extra, not all the times, like if I'm tired and it's like a school day, I'm just like, no. But I think I also tend to be pretty extra, and I think that's also a lot of fun. Like, like on Valentine's Day, I give all my friends little goodie bags. I think like being extra throughout like life and doing all these little like fun extra things and just like putting in like that extra effort to just be like is always exciting.
And then hair, like there's so many people, Max, in quarantine right now who are like their hair is grown out like crazy. Like, how recently did you have your hair cut? How are you managing your hair during this time?
So, so my haircut was the last time I had like my haircut actually cut was like a couple like I think months ago. My hair doesn't grow that fast. I had my dad cut it a couple days ago on the sides, and I had my friends cut it like the day before quarantine started. I was like, I knew this was all gonna happen, so I had my friend cut my hair. So they cut like the sides, but I'm letting my top grow out. But I've seen a lot of people shave their heads, and I've seen a lot of people cut bangs, and I think I'm not a big fan of the shaved head look, like, but that's just me. And then I've had some people I've seen cut bangs, and I think bangs can look really fun. But I'm just like, I don't know.
I'm really hoping I don't have to shave my head. I'm really scared that we like picked up, my boyfriend and I picked up this like day bed from Craigslist, and the house, like the family's house that we went to was like pretty nice. Like you wouldn't expect that they would have like lice or whatever. So we were like not as cautious as we could have been, but all of a sudden I'm like, is my head itchy?
Okay, I think there's like a thing you can do.
Messed with the dog all the time, and I'm like, what if the dog had fleas? And it's just a big mess.
Yeah, don't shave your head. You'll regret it.
I know. Tal says, my wife said I look like a serial killer with a shaved head. You know, this is, while Tal is here asking a question, like for a guy, like, first of all, do you agree with the statement that most guys don't wear makeup?
Yeah.
And like for somebody who doesn't wear makeup, like what are kind of like gateway products that like a guy who doesn't wear makeup could try?
I think using like a concealer stick, I think those are always like that's a great product because I think everyone has under eye bags. There's no way to really get around it. So I think that's always a really great way, like a great gateway product. I think also probably eyebrow gel because it's simple, no one can really notice it, but it just helps like add a bit of like touch of like extra like like effort.
I really want to dye my eyebrows. It seems like yours are like naturally very dark.
Yeah, they're really dark.
If anybody has good recommendation for like eyebrow dye that I can buy online and do.
I heard you can use beard dye for it. And then
beard?
Beard dye. And
okay, yeah, I know, I read that too.
And then you should just wear goggles when doing it so you don't get any in your eyes.
Yeah, I know. Eyelashes are a little more sensitive. It's like a whole nother territory.
Yeah.
So what was this like your lunch break? Like, how is your schedule right now? Are you like all like doing work in the morning only or?
So right now I don't have school on Mondays with this new online schedule. Like our school decided to just give us Mondays off, which has been really nice. But yeah, so my school schedule is kind of different now with this whole shelter in place. I have class 4 days a week and I have 3 classes a day, where before I would have like 4 classes, 3 classes, 4 classes, 3 classes. So it's made my life a lot easier. But like this like shelter in place, like with school, it's made it easier because there's like less assignments and teachers aren't allowed to assign homework anymore. I mean, we still have projects, so like you kind of get around that because there's projects and you have to work on it outside of class if you want to do well. But it's made life easier kind of having this like shelter in place, even though I miss all my friends and it kind of sucks.
How do you find the music for your videos?
So I kind of just find like songs that are trending or songs that like I think will like work well with it. Or if it's a song like I'm listening to, it really I think depends. I haven't made a video in a while because I've just been busy, but I think over the summer I'm gonna try and like do a lot of videos again.
Can I tell you my favorite moment in your videos is when you do this, like, I need you to do it, but you like do this like head shake thing and then you like move your eyebrows and you have eyelashes on.
Oh yeah, so I'll be like, I'll have my head, I'll be like, that's
yes,
and I'll be like this, and I'll be like, I don't like it. So then I cover it up, and then I'll like pause the video, and then I'll go like apply my eyelashes, and then I'll lift it up. And I like this fun little transitions because it just adds a little flair to the video.
Did you like get that idea from somebody, or like how did you come up with that transition?
I don't know. I probably did find it from somebody. I probably saw like some Instagram video where someone was just like this.
It's
But
your signature. I want you to always do it.
yeah, I like it a lot because it just adds a little like boom because people don't need to watch me apply eyelashes and like.
Yeah. So what do you have planned in terms of content? What can we look forward to watching?
So I'm gonna work on doing a bunch of videos over the summer, and right now I am planning on doing like a bunch of looks inspired by like kind of emoji color schemes. Like they look like four emojis that kind of like different colors. So I did like a green look. I have like a reddish look coming up that I did. I have like a natural look that I did yesterday, and then I have this one that is like inspired kind of by like that lollipop emoji and some other ones. So
Fun. I've seen you do ones where you like put on freckles and like it
oh yeah.
almost becomes like a full costume. Do you ever like how engaged have you gotten with like the idea of transforming yourself into like a brand new character?
I haven't really done that before. Like I haven't really done like any of that big transformation stuff, but I do like doing like the face with like colors on my face and like doing all those like fun little looks. Those take a lot more time and sometimes they break me out because eyeshadows are meant for the eyes and not for like the face always. But yeah, I do like doing those, and if I have more time, I'll do a bunch of those.
Thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks,
So
guys.
talented. What's your big picture dream for like when you grow up, big time? What would you love to do?
Wait, can you repeat that? Sorry, my phone got the low power mode thing.
Yeah, what's like your dream for the future? Like what do you want to see happen in the world or with your own life?
I mean, I really want us to be like this whole like COVID-19 thing for them to find a vaccine and for us to like kind of like for everything to kind of get better and for us to be able to go outside and this whole shelter in place will just like end and never like we're like to go back to normal. I think that's like one thing I really want.
Yeah.
And then for like me, I kind of want my brand to grow a bunch and for it to like become big and for it to maybe go into retailers. So that's like a long-term goal I have. So those are just some things that I kind of like really hope. So
Oh, nice. And what's it like to be a big brother? What tips do you have for being a better big brother?
be nice. Don't tell on them when they're playing video games.
Actually, that got me in that my brother and I had big time beef about that. So I kind of it is one of my regrets actually that I was a little too anti video game for him.
Yeah, I used to be like, yeah, getting my revenge all the time by just telling my parents. But now I'm just like, you just do your thing, I'm gonna do my thing, and yeah.
My brother just joined actually.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So thank you for joining. This has been
Yeah, thank you for
fun.
having me.
I'm so grateful to you. And let me see if your mom's still on because I'm grateful to her too for coordinating. Yay. And I hope you all have a wonderful Memorial Day. Are you doing anything special? Are you cooking something special?
No, I'm
No?
working on stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let me know if you need anything ever and I'll keep watching all your videos.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.